Hi there, you guys. Welcome back home, and thank you for the opportunity to allow me to care for and work with Lucy for the past couple weeks. She's had a blast. We've worked a lot, she's played a lot, she's made a lot of new friends, so the socialization for her at this age is priceless. It was so fantastic. Your main training goals for her were to work on her recall, overall attention, not to jump, not to bite on her leash, just general obedience. She's a puppy, so anything I could work on is great. Leave it, that was another goal of yours. So I'm very, very happy with her progress. She's still a puppy, so her attention span is short, but at least she has a wonderful baseline foundation for you to continue building upon her training. As you know, I'm a reward-based trainer, so I use a lot of praise, love, treats, toys to reward the dogs for doing a good job. I believe in being proactive instead of reactive and setting the dogs up for success. So having a young puppy like this, I love that you have pre-trained her because it helps prevent problem behaviors such as chewing on inappropriate things, and it really helps with the potty training. She didn't make any mistakes, potty mistakes in the house. So it's great that you're proactive instead of reactive. So continue setting her up for success around your house. I'm not sure if you have baby gates set up, but to block off certain rooms if you don't want her in there by herself. Utilize the crate. Continue utilizing the crate. She's very comfortable in there and she likes it. So utilize it, especially at this age, to continue her success. I have been using the clicker. Again, the clicker is a reward marker. It tells her, yes, she's doing the right thing and she's going to receive a treat. It helps create a thinking dog and motivate the dog to do the right behavior to receive a treat. I do find that she's a little bit hard to motivate. I think her hound personality gets the best of her, meaning sometimes I'll do it and sometimes I won't. But I find with high reward treats such as hot dogs or leftover food from the night before, and using that randomly with rewarding her when you're training, that helps a lot. But if she knows what you're going to give her and it's the same thing all the time, she's not going to be as motivated as if you vary her form of reinforcement. Another thing that you can do to help motivate Lucy is what's called the Learn to Earn program. And what the Learn to Earn program is that you feed her everything by hand. So instead of having her breakfast and dinner out of a bowl, you feed her by hand so that she'll always look to you for direction and look to you for motivation. That's another way that you can help gain Lucy's attention and have her gain her motivation as well. So for her breakfast, you'd work on sits, down, stays, comes, or take her on her walks and feed her her breakfast on her walks. And then the same thing with dinner. Leave it. Lucy, good, leave it. Good, leave it. So that's the Learn to Earn program is a wonderful, wonderful way to help motivate her as well. And then, as mentioned, another way is just varying your form of reinforcement. So she's not getting the same, sit, Lucy, sit. She's not getting the same reinforcement all the time. That will help with your attention and Lucy. To help with Lucy not jumping on guests when you have them come over to your house, she's a young, curious dog. I would have the leash by the door, and if you know people are coming over, put her on leash so that you can ask her to sit before she greets people. Keep her on leash to have control over her when people come over, and then you can let her off leash when she calms down a little bit. And then try to train your guests to ask her to sit before she gets any attention. And also just work on sitting for everything. She needs to sit. She needs to sit before food, treats, before you throw a toy, before she walks out the door, before she comes out of the car. She needs to sit for everything. A sitting dog is not a jumping dog. They're a dog looking for the next bit of direction. I would even be in the backyard playing with her, and I would randomly ask her to sit to help working on, she's excited, and then she'll sit. Lucy, Lucy. Good girl. Lucy, sit. Good girl. Good sit. Good sit. Good girl. Okay, Lucy. Lucy, Lucy, Lucy. Sit. Good sit. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. Good girl, Lucy. Lucy, sit. So even when you're playing with her, just ask her to sit randomly, because it helps her to, under any sort of frame of mind, excited or mellow, and you ask her to sit, she should respond to your request immediately. I train recall in 3 separate stages. The first stage is called the recall game, and that's just where Lucy's anywhere in the house or the yard. You get her attention any other way than saying the word come. It's when she's by you, then you go ahead and say the word come. Lucy, Lucy, good girl, come. Good. This is something we'll do on our walk. She'll be on leash, and I'll just take a couple steps backwards. Lucy, Lucy, come. Good. Lucy, Lucy, good girl, come. So she hears the word come, and she's always being successful with the behavior. The second stage for training a recall is she's on a sit stay or a down stay, and you ask her to come. Now, because she's so young and she's just beginning her training, I'd really like you to focus on the first stage of training a recall, and then as she's getting older and more reliable with her training, then you can work on her not pulling on the leash. You can work on her, Lucy, leave it, good girl. You can work on her second stage of recall. But for right now, with how old she is, please just keep working on her recall game, I call it. Just a little bit earlier, you saw her chewing on her leash. If she's chewing on her leash, or she's interested in something that she shouldn't be, you can ask her to leave it. I know that was one of your goals, especially leaving the cat alone at home. Now, we don't have a cat, so I haven't been able to work her leave it behavior with a cat, but you can just continue working this behavior at home. Say, leave it if she has something that you don't want, or you don't want her to go after something. And what's most important is reward her for leaving things alone. If you don't reward her for leaving things alone, why should she leave those things alone? So make her understand that when you leave things alone, thank you, you'll be rewarded. You're not going to have to use treats forever, but right now that's the best way with having such a young dog new into training. So if she's biting on her leash, of course she won't do it now. Lucy, Lucy, Lucy. Good, leave it. You can just say leave it and go ahead and reward her for leaving it alone. For loose leash walking, Lucy's doing phenomenal with her gentle leader. Lucy. It helps out immensely. And she doesn't fight it too much. Well, she really hasn't been fighting it at all. She really accepts it. So the gentle leader is wonderful. But the key to loose leash walking is engaging with Lucy on the walk. So letting her know she's being a good girl, talking to her, rewarding her for walking nicely on the leash. If she does start to pull, you'll just turn in another direction and reward her. So I'll just demonstrate what I mean. Really, it's watch how I engage with her and I reward her for being a good girl on the walks. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl. Let's go, Lucy. Good girl. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl, Lucy. That's my good girl. Lucy, sit. Come. Come. Good girl. Okay. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl. Good girl, Lucy. Good girl. Sorry if I went out of video, but Lucy, leave it. Leave it. Good girl. But it's engaging with Lucy on her walks. Talk to her, let her know she's being a good girl. If you don't engage with her on your walks, why should she engage with you? So talking to her and letting her know that she's being a good girl will be key to helping her succeed in loose leash walking. I know you guys are set up for all the classes, puppy kindergarten, basic obedience, advanced obedience, and your jump start with Lucy's boarding school. She's going to be a wonderful dog. She is a wonderful dog. To help continue with her training, again, sit for everything that will help deter her from jumping, and we'll see you in classes. So we'll build upon the foundation that we've worked on already. And know that I'm always here for you guys, so if you have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me an email. You will also be receiving a booklet with instructions on how to continue with your training as well. So thank you guys very much.